Right, hi everyone. I'm with Kyle. Disastrous day all round for everybody, wasn't it? It wasn't just the football, so I'm sure Kyle will touch upon it. We'll let him have his say in the final word. We're going to be scoring the players, and look, after defeat 3-0, I don't think many will score high. You're going to have the goalkeeper. Let's begin with Dubravka.
He made a brilliant triple save, in the second half. But other than that, he had a shot at him early on from Evans where he flung it up and he should have really took it in and caught it. But he couldn't have done anything about any of the goals for me. I think for his triple save alone, I think he deserves 5.
Straight down the middle. Let's begin right to left. Jonjo Shelvey was in with the injuries. We'll talk more about the injuries on the last word. Where was he? Where was he down that right? I know it's difficult in the second half because that changes the whole complex and it's literally protect what you've got. But yeah, I didn't see enough of him, so I'm going to score Jonjo Shelvey a 3 today. I think he wasn't very good. Going right to left, we'll go with Fabian Schär, who went off another injury.
I thought he was.
You can't say just because I'm here. Go on. You can't say.
He wasn't very good. There was at 0-0. He kind of goes out of position and they pass it round him for a really good chance early on. Doesn't help he got injured, so it wouldn't have marked him high in any way. But can't give him any more than a 3, mate. He was very disappointing.
You've got Lejeune coming up. Fernandez, who played in the middle.
Thought you were best with defenders, mindly.
I actually think Croth was, to be honest, when Croth came on, and that's saying something. Croth actually had an alright game at centre back. Look, if you're giving him a 3 and we're scoring Shelvey a 3, Fernandez, what did he do? You can't remember him maybe trying to leadership the defence in the second half. That's because we had to, but apart from that, I thought it was poor. 3. Florian Lejeune, who I thought, and you've seen it in the live chat, I give him a 0, but you can score him here.
There is an argument to this though, isn't there? Because it is a case of he's been pushed way too hard, way too soon from his injury. That being said, those 2 mistakes were really unforgivable.
The first one is you cannot, man. You get taught that at school.
I think there's 3 major mistakes he's made that's led to goals since Boxing Day. 1 today. I rate Lejeune, and I'm not one of these fans that say, oh, he was shit, let's move him on, let's get him out. No, I'm not one of them. I think he's one of the best defenders we've got, but I don't think I think he needs Lascelles to blossom as a defender, because he has that foil of a rough, tough defender who can mobilise a defence, and Lejeune's suffering massively without Lascelles. But those 2 mistakes, unforgivable, because they both led to goals, and it put the game to bed before half-time.
So, 1, I think he's actually been kind. I'll give him a 0, like I mentioned. I was just uploading the other vlogs on I'm multi-skilled. Jetro Willems, funny enough, another one who went off injured. Even when he was on the pitch in that first half, he wasn't driving on. I think
he's been awful over Christmas, Lee.
There's been a few though, hasn't there?
I just think it's a case of they've been played too much. I really do.
We'll talk about it.
Looking knackered after 40 minutes, mate.
We'll talk about it on the final word, because you only rotate the side once in the whole period, and it's coming to show with all these injuries. But even when he was on, I didn't see him driving on. And this is, remember, when we had 11 men.
It's tactical though, Lee, because that second half, I don't think even the right wingers got one half.
Well, we couldn't, but first half, because you only played about, half an hour roughly? 3? I'm sorry, they're not great, and it's not what you want to hear, but let's be realistic. They're
full of optimism this new year, Lee, yeah?
Awful. New year, new start and all that. Christ, let's move into midfield, and it was, let's go Jonjo.
That ball into Joelinton in first half was really good. He tried to make things happen.
Another one who went off injured.
Another one that went off injured, but I actually thought he played okay today when he was on. I'll give him a 6. The pass over to Joelinton, which should have been converted. I think he had a moment where he played it in Almiron. No, Mutu got bullied off the ball there by Ricardo, I think it was. But I thought he tried to make things happen, and it's unfortunate he's injured. I just hope it's not for too long.
Yeah. Isaac Hayden, I have questioned him. I'm not going to lie. I questioned where's he been the last few weeks. Has he been overplayed? But I thought he had been overplayed. Yeah, he's had a really, really difficult afternoon. When we lost Fabian Schär going down to 10 men, you then look at Isaac Hayden, because obviously Sean came on, but Isaac's the more experienced, and He's done all right. I'm going to score him straight down the middle. I'm going to score him a 5, but I think he can up his game. But now, once we get the Rochdale game out the way, then we'll have 1 game per week, which will suit this squad. Miguel Almiron, who I actually thought was quite bright. And then he got moved in this strange left wing back position.
Left wing back. I think that was just because we went down to 10, but he pissed about with the ball in his own box, mind. I wasn't much of a fan of him doing that, but every time he had the ball, he was trying to cause something. He was trying to be a bright spark, but he was just far too deep to cause anything. For his effort, I think he deserves a 5, but with the tactics being so deep and defensive, he couldn't have any impact on this game, even if he wanted to.
I think Jonjo might get man of the match, then. Judging by the way we're going. I actually thought Miggy was better than Jonjo, but we'll agree to disagree on that. Joe Linton, look, he had that chance. For me, he's got to score it, and I'll tell you why he's got to score, Kyle, is because we only get what you probably say.
You're on about the major one, but there was the one in the second half where he missed the ball completely.
Oh yeah, but
I'm not being funny, right? But
he slipped. Going back to the first one, he's got to put it away. The second phase of that, he slips, which granted that happened to Hayden last week. But for me, because we don't get many chances, probably 5 really good chances if you're lucky against a big side.
Yeah.
Leicester will create 10, 15. So Vardy's, who wasn't playing today,
just as well.
Probably Vardy will have 3-4 attempts at goal, whereas Joe Linton has to have the 1. And for me, he's got to put it away.
He's got to put that away for me. I know we've been over the Christmas, right? Joe Linton hasn't been too bad. He played well against Man United, got the assist, and played well against Everton as well, getting his cell about and things like that. But when he's bread and butter to score goals, and when you get that chance, he needs to be putting them away. He hasn't had much service, but he doesn't do himself any favours when he's missing chances like that. And I'm not being funny, but if that was a Josselou or a Riviere, they'd be hounding for his head.
Yeah, and we didn't see the second half because it was literally park the bus, except from that where he mixed.
He does graft though, I will give him credit for that.
But I'm going to score him a 4, and I think that's fair. You should have put it away, and then we didn't see it because of the injuries, which again, that doesn't really affect the players because it was more, I'm being harsh possibly, but because of what happened, it's out of their hands. Mutu, I thought had some bright touches, but a shock to see him in that lineup as well.
It shouldn't be a shock though, because it's Christmas. It's a festive period. We've played 3 games in 8 days, and that's the first time he's kicked the ball. That's wrong for me.
He loves playing against Leicester.
You're putting pressure on so many. I mean, Mutu's made 3 starts this season. Ironically, all of them against Leicester City. But the lad needs to play more. The lad grafts. It shouldn't be a case of injuries have to get him into that squad. He should have been playing in anyway.
What are you going to give him?
Mutu the other day, 4.
Who was the first injury? It was over on the right, was it? I've lost count how many there was.
We've had more injuries and shots on target today.
We'll bring, because Manquillo came on, didn't he? No, Manquillo started. It was Yedlin, sorry, or why? Because Manquillo went to left.
Wrong way round,
yeah. So Manquillo went to left. Yedlin came on. Obviously, I've started Yedlin there by mistake. But anyways, what would you give Manquillo? Because he started the game. So apologies on that. From right to left,
it's difficult, man. In a team that got dominated for the majority of the game, it's hard to score individual players. I don't know. I think 4.
Yeah. I would agree. Apologies, I got Manquillo and Yedlin the other way around. And then
we're the same score anyway. Mate.
Yeah. And then we're seeing another injury, literally in that first half as well. Emil Croft literally come on just before half time, but then was changed into this left centre back role, and that's just set off you on camera and off camera. I think he's actually one of the better defenders.
Decent tackles in, and
so
Emil Croft.
We might have found a position for him. Who knows? But
no,
I think he's done all right. I'm going to score him straight down the middle of 5. But I was quite surprised at how, in spells, he was all right in defence. And then the final one, which was forced on us, and to be honest with Sean, all he did was run around, didn't he? Because that's all we had to do.
That's all of them did. I think in the second half, mate, we went down to 10 men, and they've had flashbacks of the King Power a couple of months ago, because we were down to 10 men in that game in Leicester. We tried to have a go, and there's guy in behind and hammered we. So I think they've shut up shop, and to be fair to Sean's not he is a casualty of that the way we played in the second half, and I wouldn't care. He needs a chance as well, because obviously he had Christmas and he needs to prove himself at the minute, because people are starting to question a little bit, and I don't know.
I'm one of them.
You are one of them, so he needs that chance, and I think Rochdale's a perfect chance for a certain section of these players that's been piss poor over Christmas and have a chance to like revitalise.
What are you going to give them though?
4. I mean,
because he didn't have the ball. What can you do? All these players. I think we'll have to mark Steve Bruce on possibly a couple of things here. Is first of all, the rotation, we're only done it once in the whole 6 or 7 games over Christmas, and that is now taking its toll. We've got 10 players out, and probably 9 of them would feature. Probably Key's the only one who wouldn't. And we are crippled at the minute, and I'm expecting on Saturday probably a couple of the under-23s to fill the bench. For me, and Paul's obviously said in the live chat as well, when he was talking, he's blaming Bruce for the Lejeune mistakes. Obviously we blame Lejeune, but I get his bigger picture. But also, what we're just going today, because I said in the chat when we were chatting, is that we're staying with 5 at the back, a 5-3-1 when Fabian Schär went down, injured and went off. Go 4-4-1 or try and be a little bit brave. We just accepted defeat. I don't like that.
Aye, but we could have been sitting here talking about another hammering.
But would you not rather risk?
He tried at the King Power League, and what happened to her? Do you know what I mean?
See, I'd rather see you're at home, go 4-4-1 at least, and you just sat there and put Almiron left wing back, Kraft at left centre back, thought we'll take this 2-0. But then obviously Perez and Chowdhury go on and score. More on them in the other video. And
best mates.
What would you give him?
Bruce. Can't blame for
the injuries.
Lejeune's
you can't blame him for the Lejeune.
You can't blame him for the injuries.
Probably not today, but over the whole 5-6 weeks. Yes.
Over the whole Christmas, you've got to blame Bruce. He made very few changes, but today, can't blame him for the mistakes made. You probably can blame him for not giving it a go in the second half, but there's reasons why you wouldn't. Can I give him any higher than a 4? Mate, I'm struggling to get above 4.
I'll go 3. Just meet in the middle, 3.
I'll not argue
3.
for it. 3.
We'll go on 3 then. I'll overrule Kyle on that 3. I think there's a lot of things. Yes, it's Leicester, I get that, but there's some things that he could have helped today going in. Now, injuries, yes, today are cruel on Newcastle, because that's what killed him. We're crippling at the minute, but over the long run, Bruce should have managed the squad better. Yes, we've got a 25-man squad. That's scoring the players later on. We've got the final word, which will be up around about midnight, 1 a.m, because it's always the most detailed video. Stay tuned for that. Ta-da.